Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, Emma. Very
Hi,
nice to
Randy.
meet you again. So
Mhm.
today we're going to talk about interview session, do's and don'ts. Yeah, and then I need some tips from you, and then I think my students also can learn some important information and tips. Yeah, about what should you do, and then what you shouldn't do in the interview process. Okay, Emma, I think you should introduce yourself. Emma is one of my colleagues and also one of my good friends. So, Emma, I'll let you to introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, hello, lovely. Thank you for asking me to join you today, Rani.
You're welcome, Emma.
Yeah, hey, um, always a nice time to see you.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, so I'm Emma, and I'm currently in London, in England. And yeah, so I'm going to help think about some interview tips for you. So my first ones would be to research the company before very, very well. You can look on their website and definitely their social media platforms as well. So think about Twitter and
yeah.
Instagram, if they have a Facebook, and read up on them. You need to become very familiar with their aims of the company and maybe their morals. Also, get to know their projects, their future projects, their past projects, maybe even awards that they've won. This goes to show that in your interview, you've done your research, you know the company, and you can drop it in. For example, oh yeah, congratulations, you won the award last year. Or how's the project about blah, blah, blah going? So you know the company already. They won't have to teach you it all. For dress code, sometimes it might say in the interview invitation how to dress, but generally it's a bit formal. So preparation is very important about not just about the company, but also yourself. So who are you as an individual?
Yeah.
So what do you like to do? Your hobbies, what personal achievements have you done? What maybe it's about language or any extracurricular activities. It could be anything. You love to read, you love to make your own movies at home, you like to go bird watching, anything. It shows that you have passion and you go and do other things. What are your future plans? Where do you see yourself into the future? And also, what are your morals and passions? And hopefully they will align or match that of the company. You need to be able to show that you have good skills in teamwork, so working in a group, but also it's important to show that you can be motivated to work individually or by yourself. So think about things that you've done where you can prove this. So times you have worked together in a group and achieved something, or time where you've done things alone and achieved something. You need to be able to show initiative as well. So that's about problem solving in a creative way. Not just relying on people to tell you what to do, but for you to create ideas yourself. Now, a couple of examples of some questions you might be asked would be things like, what did you do on the weekend? And that's the chance to say where your other passions are and your hobbies. What do you want to achieve? Thinking about your future, so preparing for this already. Also, why choose that company and not another one? So your research about the company will come in very important here, but also about strengths and weaknesses. So your personal strengths, what you're really good at, and don't be shy. Tell them you're fantastic at languages, or you're fantastic at maths, or whatever it is you're really good at. But about weaknesses, I think here you can be a bit worried maybe to say about your weaknesses. However, it's important to be honest. But what I would say is that if you have a weakness, you need to be able to back it up with how you're going to work on that weakness. So for example, my weakness might be that I am not fully fluent in English, but I want to get better and I have English classes every week. So I will be getting better. So as long as you are honest with your weakness, that you have plans on how to get better, then you shouldn't be too worried about bringing up your weaknesses, because they will ask about that. And remember that no one is perfect, but you can work on your weaknesses for sure.
Right.
I think that's about it.
That's very good tips, Emma. So how about this one? Some of my students, they asked about how to deal with the nervousness and an anxiety when they would like to have an interview. Is there any, maybe useful tips for the people who would like to, have an interview, but they're very, very, nervous? How to
So
deal
I
with
think that
Mhm.
sometimes a little bit of nerves is really good, because it makes you concentrate, it makes you alert. But if you have done the research of the company, you have prepared yourself, like I've just explained.
Okay.
You know the company, you know yourself, you've prepared for certain questions, you know what you're going to wear, you know how you're going to travel there, give yourself plenty of time to get there, then you shouldn't need to feel too anxious, because you've already prepared yourself.
Yeah.
So as long as you prepare and research beforehand, it should be totally fine. You won't feel so anxious.
All right. Okay. So what you have said before is about what to wear. So we have to do research the company, right? Check out the website, Facebook page, for example, Twitter feed.
See what other people are wearing. Yeah, when you're seeing photos, see what other people in that company wear.
Yeah. And then how does the company present itself, its workplace culture, and its employees? And then, don't dress down. As you said, it's better to be slightly more formal. Okay. And then we have to be very honest also with our weaknesses, but we have to adjust as well with the needs or demands of the company. Yeah. Okay. I think that will be very nice. And then, my students will think that will be very essential information for them. So thank you very much. One more thing, Emma. Do you mind if we probably do the simulation about the interview process? Just, for a few minutes.
Cool, yeah, no problem.
Okay, so let's pretend that you're having a school, and then, I'll be the teacher who's going to apply in your school. And then you will do the interview process, and then, you will interview me and ask me some questions, okay?
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Nervous, but okay. All right.
Okay, welcome, Rani. Take a seat. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very good, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, very good. Was your travel here okay? No problems?
Well, this place is a little bit far, but I think I'm okay. Will take about like 30 minutes. But just like one transport, like one public transport, and I just like arrived here. So it's okay. It's a nice place as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of our building here at London School. I'm the principal, Emma. Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Miss Emma.
Excellent. So I'd love to know a little bit more about yourself and why you'd like to apply to be a teacher here in London School. You're applying for English teacher here. Can I ask you a little bit about your background in English teaching?
Yeah, sure. So I've been teaching for probably 5 years. Yeah, I think 5 until 6 years. And maybe I have moved to some different institutions. But so far I've been working for 5 until 6 years as an English teacher in different reputable institutions.
Cool.
And I also graduated from English major.
Ah, cool. Just making some notes here.
Okay.
Amazing, great. And do you enjoy English teaching?
So far I'm enjoying because, I have a lot of great students. And then, I also have followed many workshops, and then it helps, help. Oh, sorry, a little bit nervous now. So, it has been helping me a lot, to grow as an individual and as a teacher. So, I need to upgrade some skills, definitely. But I'm very happy.
What skills would you like to be working on?
I think more about communication. Sometimes I feel a little bit, overwhelmed or nervous when I have to speak in public. So communication, I think
public speaking,
that will be the public speaking, yes.
Okay, cool. what would you say would you say public speaking was one of your biggest weaknesses within as a teacher, or?
As a teacher, I think no problem, because when I, have to deliver the material to all of my students, I feel that maybe because that is my passion also, so I can just do it effortless. But, sometimes when I have to talk about some other things that I don't really know, of course I have to learn it first, but if I'm not really sure about the topic, then I have to speak in front of the public, then it will be very scary for me. It's like,
Yeah.
with agitation, something like that. So I need to improve my gesture, and then how do I deliver, my topic in front of the public if I don't really master the topic very well.
Okay, yeah. So preparation really, isn't it? Okay, amazing. So what first made you want to get into English teaching?
This one is like from kindergarten to high school, right? Your school. So
Why did you decide to become an English teacher?
Because first, English is my major, and then second, maybe I didn't start as an English teacher before, but when I, involved in a teaching job, I think I'm very happy because I can teach someone, and then when they can apply what I have been teaching to them, I feel like, that's a very great feeling. It's a pleasure to see my students can apply what they have learned so far.
That's nice. Cool.
Yeah, it's
But
rewarding.
what about you then, Rani? Outside of teaching, what do you like to do? Perhaps on the weekends or in the evenings?
Reading books and then listening to the music, and sometimes I do writing.
Oh yeah. What sort of writing do you do?
It's about, well, sometimes about my feelings, but I'll try to make it more poetical, and then
That's nice.
write like a short story, because I have little niece, so I try to make some short stories for her as well.
How lovely. That's really, really nice.
Thank you.
Cool. Excellent. Now, might I be able to ask you, please, would you be able to give me an example that you've achieved something in a group?
Okay, something that I have achieved in a group, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I have done some social projects, charity project. So I also one of the coordinator, because I have to arrange for the project, and then I have to delegate, some task assignments to my team member. So I think about working in a team, it will not be a problem for me, because I think I do it several times.
Great. And what is the charity that you do? What is the projects that you do there?
The project is for the street children community. So, I'm arranging like one of small or big event. So I gather some people to join with me to be involved in a charity project, and also teach the street children community to read, or maybe do the art and craft project, and then share knowledge to them. Yeah, a lot of things that we can do for the street community, street children community. Yes.
And my final question for you today, Rani, thank you so much, is why have you chosen our school?
Oh, yeah. So I have read the profile of the school, and then I always wanted to apply in the school since I was in university, I guess, because your school is one of the well-established school, and then it's been like probably, I don't know, more than 20 years. So I think this will be the perfect place for me to improve myself as an English teacher.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for joining us today for an interview. We'll be in touch with our decision.
You're welcome, Miss Emma. Thank you.
You're in a safe journey home.
Okay. Thank you. Good night. Good evening. Okay. So that's a simulation. It might be not the best example for me, but you asked me not a lot of actually, some great questions, but I'm a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous when I asked the question. Seems like this is the real interview session.
Right. But remember that you haven't had any time to prepare. So can I give some feedback?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay,
yes,
cool.
Of course.
Something that I would feedback about that example interview is that, first of all, I would suggest that you know your history really, really well. So, for example, what did I write down? Your education, exactly what you
Yeah.
studied and when you were studying it.
Yes.
Name the names of the institutions that you worked for. So, you know, I have worked for many institutions, will tell me. So like I worked for 5 years with EF, I have done this many years. So like if I ask you how long you've been teaching, maybe say it has been 6 years, not 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Just to know, I've been working for 6 years as an English teacher. I worked for 3 years at one place and 3 years at the other place. And at the same time, I worked part-time at another place. It was really great when you're talking about your passion and how it really started to become really more relaxed when you're saying that this is my passion, I really enjoy it. What's something that's really important, this is a really good tip for everybody, is using what types of words you use. Rather than saying I think, or I think this, I think that. That doesn't sound very strong.
All right.
So instead, swapping those words for I know, or I am this, I know that. You want really strong words, okay?
Yes.
And I think I know I asked you, why did you choose our company? But I think maybe even at the beginning saying, oh, it's really nice to be here. I've been wanting to come for an interview. You know, I've wanted to apply for a job here for a long time. I've heard a lot about it, and also mentioned some projects. Of course, it's a fake school, so don't worry about that. But this is why it's important to do research about that company or school or whatever beforehand, so you already know what projects they're doing and things that you can just comment on. That will be very impressive.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's all the notes that I had for you, Rani.
Thank you very much, Emma. I think my students will also learn something from our simulation, because they know that, okay, they will not repeat the same mistakes, and then they will have some options to say, especially about I think. Yes, so we can just like substitute with you have said before. Yeah, I'm sure, or I know. Yeah, that's a very strong. Yeah, and more powerful, I guess. Thank you for the tips. So yeah, I think that's all, yeah, for our topic today. But it's very nice because you give some great information about how to act in an interview session, and then also corrected some things about, you know, interview process that I've been through before. So thank you so much, Emma.
You're welcome.
Okay, is there anything else that you would like to add?
I think that's it.
All right. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's the end of our session. Okay, so hopefully we can have a chat again next time. Really nice to talk to you always, Emma. And you can learn, of course, definitely from this.
So you're talking to Mr. Chris next?
Yes.
Yay! Oh.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to talk to him after this, and then.
Are you using Zoom as well?
I think we use Skype, but I'm not really sure. Maybe if Skype is not really, you know, stable, so we can just switch to Zoom.
Do you want to use this? Do you want to use this account? It's a paid-for account, so I can just make you the host now, and you just send Chris the meeting ID, and he can join this meeting if you want.
It's okay. I'm going to ask Chris first then about whether he's going to use this one or maybe Skype. So I have to make sure, because we still have about an hour. So I need to
just let me know if you want to use this account. I can make a new meeting for you or whatever, if that's useful for you. Okay.
Yeah.